How about we talk a little bit about my testimony today? I want to let you in a little bit more about me. So I thought that'd be fun. So let's do it. Hey world, happy Friday. Glad to have you all back today. And I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, as you can see. And it's a pleasure to have you guys back on another episode of Hey World. So we're going to be doing something interesting today. I want to give a little bit of my testimony as far as music goes. Because as you guys know, in case you didn't know, I love music. I love to sing. And I've been doing it for a long time. And so I want to talk about that. Okay, so I started singing when I was a little kid. Funny thing is, I started dancing actually before I started actually singing. So I started dancing when I was like 3, and I would dance, and then I would go to different dance competitions, win them and all that. So I dance. I've danced all my life, and dance has been a big thing before singing actually. So when I grew up, I was in my teens, 15 years old or so. I had a dance group. It was me, my brother, and my best friend. So we would dance in different churches. We're invited in different churches to perform, to dance. And I did that until music took over. The singing started becoming even bigger, and then I had to put the dancing on the back burner, if you will. So, but as far as singing goes, I wrote my first song when I was 7 years old. I was listening to, at that point, I would listen to all kinds of stuff. So I was listening to a secular song actually. And I loved the song so much that as the song was going, I had my own tune in my head that was going on the beat. So I just took a piece of paper, I just jotted down words that didn't all make sense, to be honest. But that was the first time that I wrote a song. And it never stopped. I would write songs all the time. And then when I turned 13, I formed my first group. It was a rap group. And so I would rap. So we would go to studio, record rap songs, and what I would do is I would rap. But my rap were melodious, had a lot of melodies. Because I sing, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. One thing you need to know is I've always been like intimidated by singers, because I've always thought, and I know that I don't have that great of a voice, and so I was always I'm shy by nature too. That's a different topic for another day, but knowing that will help you a little bit understand what I'm saying better. And so I would be shy of even attempting to sing in front of people, because I was like, I don't want to make a fool of myself, come on, And so I wouldn't sing, I would go with the rap. And I loved rap, actually. I didn't even know that I could sing, so I wouldn't really go into that too much. So I would rap, and I was the best at it. And I had a lot of great times. And when I was 15, the group of rap I was in became a little popular in my country, Togo, because we did the first part of a big concert, and then people liked it, and then it was talked about on TV the next day and things like that. But then I had to travel. I was still in Togo then, and then I had to travel right after that to Ivory Coast. So we went to Ivory Coast. So, the band wasn't together anymore. The group wasn't together anymore. So went to Ivory Coast, and then I was at the university in Ivory Coast, and I formed another group of rap with my brother again there and two other fellas that became great friends. And so we started rapping together. And so in Ivory Coast, we started going to studios again. And actually the first song that we went to studio and recorded, in that song I just somehow decided to sing instead of rapping. I think, was it the first song? Maybe not. Maybe one of the first, maybe the second or third, something like that. But it wasn't the very first. And so I sang, and when we were done recording, we left the studio. My two friends in the band, in the group said, "You can sing?" I was like, "Yeah, a little bit." They said, No. You can sing. And you've been fooling around with us all this while. You're never going to rap ever again. It's like, why? He said, the only reason we're all rapping is because we can't sing. You can sing and you're rapping, that's the end of it. We're not gonna let you rap anymore. You sing, you make the difference. You make us stand out. And we're not gonna be like any other rap group. And so they started telling me all these things, like, you're a great singer and all that. I didn't want to hear it really because I didn't believe it. Like, I'm not that good to really start singing, you know? And my brother, I came back home and I asked my brother, I said, what do you think? Is it true? I mean, you guys mean it, like, for real? I said, yeah, man, when you sing, man, it's for real. So then I started believing it. That was despite the fact that growing up, I had some song in my old rap group where I sang sometimes and I saw things happen that people would listen and cry and stuff like that. But I would wrestle with myself deep inside, say, I'm not really that good to be doing that, really, right? I would question that, all that. And so this happening with my friends now really gave me the boost that I probably needed. And from then on, I started singing. Now, I wasn't just singing for the Lord then still. And I was 19 years old here. Until I came here to the US, came to Texas in 2011. And in my apartment, in my room in Irving, I remember I knelt down and I prayed and I told the Lord, I'm gonna start living my life completely to serve you now. I'm not gonna write some songs in the world or just whatever. Anything I do from now on, I'm gonna do my best to live for you now and take it seriously. And that's when things started to turn around for me, for the Lord. And my spiritual mom, I remember, one of the things that she was teaching me is that you're a worshiper, JP, and you have to come to the level where the Lord opens your ears and you're able to hear heaven, the songs of heaven, the songs that the Lord wants to give you. You hear them and you download them and you release them here on earth. I was like, nah, that's not in my league. Come on, what are you talking about? Like, no way, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, I've always, like, you give me a beat, even I can, give you a beat, make something up real quick and write a song. That's like water to me. But like you talking, me having nothing to do with it, hearing it, like I'm hearing the song on the radio, stuff like that, man, that's a different ball game. He'd say, yeah, you have to ask the Lord, how bad do you want it? And so I started praying. I'm on a mission now. Every night, every day, I would pray. I would pray so hard from my heart. Ask the Lord, please, you know that you called me to serve you through music. Still at this point, I haven't understood that. Yes, he wants to use me through music, but as a tool. Music wasn't the end goal. Music wasn't the ministry that he's given me. Music was a part of the ministry, like we talked about in the other episode. But I haven't understood that yet. But I was asking him, please, I know that you use them in music. Why would I have all these musical abilities but if this is something that's gonna prove that I'm really called to serve you in music, then open my ears. Let me hear heaven. Let me hear the songs that you had for me. Man, that kept on going. A week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. And one of these days, I went to bed and I woke up, I think at 4 in the morning. I went to use the restroom. I came back. I laid back in my bed. I closed my eyes and I heard a woman singing like you're hearing me right now. But the voice wasn't loud. It wasn't low either. It was at a perfect volume. And I heard her singing. I heard all the melody. I heard some of the words, not all the words. And I was like, this is happening! I grabbed my phone, jumped to my phone, opened it up, hit recorder, and hummed what I just heard. Put it down. Try to go back to sleep. Couldn't go back to sleep. That song that I just heard, it kept singing over and over in my head. It was on repeat. And the more it would sing, the more some of the parts that I didn't hear, I heard some of the words, but not all the words. Those words were coming now, filling in the gaps. And I would take my phone, record it, and I got a song. I couldn't wait for the day to be really here for me to tell my spiritual mom, like, yes, this happened. I told her, she was so excited for me. The next day was a Sunday. This happened on a Saturday. The next day was, now that I think about it, this happened on the Shabbat. It was a Saturday early morning, 4 in the morning. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Wow. Next day was a Sunday at 8 in the morning. I was, trying to sleep in. Went to the restroom again, came back, 8 in the morning, got in bed, closed my eyes, and I heard an entire choir of at least 1,000 people with all kinds of instruments singing, "Holy, holy are you, Lord." It was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. This is an entire choir with instruments, and wow. Picked my phone up, recorded it, and I never stopped receiving songs since then. I've been receiving songs since then till now, and it hasn't stopped. I don't necessarily want to tell you how many songs I received from the Lord, but I received quite a few, in the hundreds. Let's just leave it at that. And but it developed. It wasn't only in my dreams now. It will be even in the middle of the conversation with somebody. I can just hear a song. Or in the middle of a very noisy room where all sorts of things are happening. I hear songs as I'm worshiping the Lord at church and leading service. Songs are coming out of other songs. As I listening to another song, I receive another song from it. All different kinds of ways, I've just been receiving songs from all kinds of experiences, and God just, to me, felt like God just opened the faucet and never stopped. Personally, I think, how I'm speaking to my fellow worshipers and musicians and artists, how you have the gift to write songs. You can just get up and write a song right now, no biggie, no problem. So we do that, and when we're believers, we do it with biblical words and verses and all that. All that is great, but I personally believe that that's not really the perfect plan of God for us when it comes to music. Now hear me out. This is what I think. I think the plan that God has is for Him to give us the song that He wants us to sing to worship Him on this earth. Because those songs have specific plans, missions And then the talent that he's giving us, the gifts, the abilities that he's given us, that those gifts are to be used in order to release or interpret those songs that he allowed us to hear from his throne in heaven. So we don't really have much to do with the songs really that God wants us to sing. We as worshipers of the Lord in music on this earth. That's what I think. Because if you think about it, if I think about the songs that the Lord has given me, I haven't even started recording them yet. But if I start today, I would have over 30 years of ministry just doing that, just that. So, and they're still coming. So, what time is it giving you and me to go and write our own songs? No. And when you think about how the Lord works too, is we don't have anything to do with what he does. We're just the vessel that he uses to do what he does. Why, when it comes to music, for example, since we're talking about music in this case, why when it comes to music we like to think that we can take the wheel, or we can write the song, or we can do this and that, and no. I think it's the same when it comes to music. Music comes from him. He has all the songs that he wants us to sing, and we just have to get out of the way, allow him to give it to us, and then use the gift that he's giving us to release that. It's almost like we're interpreting another artist's song, because you hear it from heaven and you interpret it. Same thing, I believe. Personally, that's my belief. So now God has made sure that I don't even have the chance or the opportunity to go and write my own songs anymore, because he got me busy with those originals. I just wanted to share this with you guys, and hope this will bless you. And pray, if you haven't experienced this with the Lord and you know that music is a ministry that is a part of your ministry, is an aspect or a big aspect of the ministry God has called you to, pray that he allows you to get to that level, because that is definitely something that he wants for you, but you need to want it bad too. You know how God works. Although he knows what you're thinking, you have to ask him, because his word said, ask and you will receive, knock and I will open, seek and you will find me. So you have to ask him. You're not going to receive it immediately. You heard my example, but you can't stop. All is based on how bad you want it, fellas. And so that's a little bit about my journey in music. And so don't ask me when I'll be recording those songs, man. I don't know when and where to start. I'm praying that the Lord clearly tells me when to start, because he gave me those songs and he needs to tell me when to start. I can't just decide on my own to just start doing things. I don't want to just mess things up. Thank you for watching. My name is JP. It was a pleasure to have you today. Thank you once again. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, please, and click on the bell icon. Click on like if you like the video. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think about it, and make sure you share this video with your friends and family on your different social media platforms as well. It was a pleasure. I will see you guys very, very soon next week, as you know. And until then, make sure that you remain worshiping the Lord. Shalom.
My God, he's awesome, he reigns over all the heavens and earth. My God, he's awesome, he reigns. Let every tongue declare his name.